Well, as we told you earlier, spy gadgets are getting cheaper, and a growing number of parents are using them to spy on their own children. Sean Dodds is the owner of Spy Depot. It's a Toronto store specializing in spy gadgets, and he thinks they have a place in the home.
The Eve Blaster is a new product that they brought out. It's to track any type of movement on the internet. It'll also do the keystrokes, it'll do chat lines, chat rooms, emails back and forth. And what it does is it'll record everything that the child does, the teenager does, and store it into a file, and it can be emailed back out to you so you can read it almost instantaneously, or you can come home and check to see where they've been, which web pages they go to, and what they surf for. A lot of the new products that have come out are the hidden cameras and the wireless cameras. It's easily put into any type of idea. This one is in a pager, very small, you can wear it. That's a camera there. We can put them into fanny packs, but the most popular one now to watch the house when you're away is the wireless. You can put it into any type of idea. Anything that plugs in is really popular. This is an air freshener, but we've done speakers, fake plants, microwave ovens we've put a camera into just to watch the nannies and the kids in the kitchen. It's impossible to dream up of an idea that we couldn't put a camera into. This is the physical size of the camera. So this is a full color or black and white cameras, and that is the only size opening that you need. Everything else can be hidden. So if you can hide this inside a room, a speaker, fake plant, even under a couch to watch people coming in out of the front door, that's all you need right there. They're becoming more and more popular because the shows are using them. Hidden cameras are all over the place. The products are becoming much more friendly to the user and much cheaper. When I first got into the industry, you were $600–700 for a camera. Now you're $99. As cheap as $59 on some of the cases. So the price point has come down. The consumer's ability to use them has come up, and it's a happy medium for us. Some of the clients have come back and said, they found, drug use, kids sitting around smoking pot. The liquor cabinets have been raided and put back at a later date. Sexual activity with the teenagers is rampant, so they keep an eye on that. But it's just an overall, understanding that you have to keep an eye on your children. They're not adults yet, and you have to treat them as such, but they still have to have the ability to have a full view of what's going on inside their home.
Parenting columnist Kathy Lynn isn't happy with the trend. She joins me from Vancouver. Kathy, there was a day when parents were struggling with, do I read my son or daughter's personal diary? Now it's, do I put one of those little spy cameras in the family room? What do you think?
Well, my real belief is just because we have the technology does not mean we should use it. If our children see us spying on them, I don't care whether it's checking under their mattress, going through their backpacks, reading their diaries, or using all of this fancy dancy equipment, we're giving them the message we don't trust them, we are spying on them, and it will totally ruin the relationship.
What are the ramifications then when you say, totally ruin the relationship?
Well, everything that we do as human beings is about how we relate to each other. If our kids know we don't trust them, then they may act in ways that are untrustworthy because they're doing what they think we expect, or they may just shut down, or they may become sneakier. But what they're not going to become is friendlier, happier, or more open because they're getting a message that we're spying.
Is there any situation in which you would advocate the use of a spy camera, or even one of those gadgets that you put on the computer to see which sites your kids are visiting, or a gizmo for the phone that shows incoming and outgoing calls?
No, I absolutely do not think so. If you want to buy some of the internet equipment which blocks certain sites ahead of time, that's fine. But to check up on them, and you know what? Teenagers aren't stupid, and they're actually more technologically adept than we are. I'll bet you they'd figure it out and start sending emails just to drive you crazy. I mean, I would. If I knew I was being spied on, I'd go, I'm going to give you something real good to read.
What about if it gives parents a springboard to talk about an issue? For example, a spy camera in the family room finds that the teenage son or daughter is smoking pot with their friends when their parents aren't home. What if you use that as a springboard to a discussion about drugs?
You should be having discussions with your children about drugs without having to spy on them. It isn't something you need to wait until you catch them. It's our responsibility to be talking to our kids about drugs, about safe sex, about studying. I mean, it's what we do as parents. We talk about our values, our expectations. We help them learn how to protect themselves. You don't need to catch them doing it in order to talk to them.
You know, it sounds like you're talking about using common sense, but more people are buying these gadgets and they're so much cheaper to buy right now. Why do you think people are going for them?
Somehow we think that we should have an absolute guarantee that everything that's going on will be open to us all the time. And you know what? That's not life. Our teenagers are going to take risks. They are going to make mistakes. And our job is to be there to help them if they need us, and also to have given them through all of these original years the problem-solving skills they need to look after themselves. The other thing is, for some reason, we're extremely paranoid these days. Life is not harder, more dangerous than it was. It's more complex, for sure, but it's still teenagers being teenagers, and we need to be parenting them, not spying on them.
You know what? Maybe the tables will be turned one day and the kids will be spying on the parents.
Well, that could be, and wouldn't that be scary?
Because it's getting to the point where teenagers can't afford to buy this equipment.
Yeah. No, we've just really got to understand that that equipment should not be being used in families. It's about our relationship. It's about our parenting job. Parenting is tough work, you know, no matter what age the kids, but it's up to us to do the work.
Kathy Lynn, so good to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.